Hey everybody, Mandus here with Maximum Muscle Report with the 2018 USA Championships with our very own Brent Swansen, co-runner of Bodybuilding by Bodybuilders. If you guys don't know, him and Nate Spear do an absolutely amazing job. It's a forum in Facebook where the two of them run. 14,000 people are in there. You guys just started this thing in January. Brent, I want to congratulate you and thank you for all the hard work you do.
Of course.
You know, it's guys like you and Nate who don't get appreciated much, but you give a platform for everybody who loves this sport. Everybody's in there able to talk about it, see people's pictures, see updates. So again, thank you for all the hard work you put in.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's just loving the sport and wanting to give back. And if you've been blessed, you should give back, and I've been blessed to be around the sport, and I know a lot about the sport, so let's make bodybuilding great again, as cliche as that sounds.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about you for a difference, you know, for a change. You had your head and your heart set on this show. You said, Mandus, let's either do USAs or North Americans last year. And earlier this year, you said, "Now let's go back to USA's." What was it about this year you wanted to come out here and take care of business?
Well, I just felt like I knew conditioning is always going to be there. I mean, I'm always the most conditioned super heavyweight. I felt like this offseason we added a lot of good size with you being my coach. You know that, and my symmetry and shape is much better, and I just figured instead of waiting, let's get a early start on the season, and if we don't get it done here, we'll just revamp and keep going. But you know, placing 5th here 2 years ago with I don't want to say a worse physique, way worse, because my physique was still good in my opinion, but
you're far better now than you were then.
I'm way better now, and that doesn't mean that my placings don't always reflect that, because it depends what the lineup is and so on and so forth. But I just felt like I'm head and shoulders above where I was 2 years ago, so why not throw my name in the hat and see what happens?
You know, you're what we would call or consider a blue collar bodybuilder. You know, you're not blessed with the greatest genetics, but you are hard hat and lunchbox man. You go about day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, just working. That in itself deserves all the respect in the world. But how are you able to just keep grinding it out, knowing that sometimes you get a guy who has been around for 5 minutes, has genetically a tiny little waist, or was gifted with huge arms from his dad, or whatever the case, and can walk in and do well, whereas you have to earn every ounce of everything you've ever gotten?
I just think that comes from how I was raised, my work ethic. I mean, I'm from a small town, a farm town in Illinois, and we work. You know, I just think that comes from my work ethic. I'm from a small town in Illinois. It's a farm town, and it's how I was raised. We work hard, and that's just how we do things. And, you know, to me, people talk all the time, you know, the last 3 years you've gotten top placings, you've been so running pro, doesn't that kind of get old or frustrating? And to me, I don't cheat on my diet ever. I don't miss cardio. I don't miss a workout. So if I get on that stage knowing that I've dotted every I and crossed every T, it's in the judges' hands at that point. So I just know it's a matter of time, and you know, I can be proud of that, and that's just kind of how I rest my hat, because when I step on stage, it's never in my mind that it wasn't because I didn't work hard enough.
You know, Brent, that mentality though is this young generation of, hey, I want to turn pro right away. If you have that old school mentality, that old school work ethic. The guys who came before us, nobody turned pro in 3 years. You know, it took them 8, 10, 12 years. Ask Bob Ciccarello. You know, there's a long list of guys who it took them over a decade at the national level.
Right.
So that's just what it takes.
It is. And I think the notion is just because you're an amateur, you can't be a good bodybuilder. There's a heck of a lot of good amateurs, especially heavies and supers, who never turn pro, who are amazing bodybuilders, right, because there's not hardly any pro cards given. So when you do earn that pro card, it means that much more, because it's just more prestigious. Let's face the facts.
Absolutely. Well, again, you know, everybody's got to be able to get behind, again, the blue-collar, hard-working guy who just goes about his business day in and day out. It's a pleasure working with you, not only as your coach, but with Maximum Muscle Report and all the work you do. Again, want to thank you so much. Wish you the best of luck tomorrow, and let's go get this thing, Brent.
All right, let's do it, guys.
Guys,
Stay
until
tuned.
next time, Mandus, Brent, Maximum Muscle Report, we're out.